Well, thank you for joining us on this CMath. Let's look at this question, which is to solve a particular equation where you've got an x on both sides and all the others are values. So let's look at an equation that looks similar. So 5 minus 4 times 3x plus 7 equals 8 plus 4x. Now, this is the form, and it's really just an equation which has x on both sides, and it needs a little bit of expanding and simplifying. So let's have a look at, first of all, this expansion here, and this is a complex expansion simply because we've got a negative here. Be careful with the negative. So 5 stays at 5. Now, negative 4 times positive 3x is negative 12x. Now, a negative 4 times positive 7 for the second one here is negative 28. Always be careful of that negative. So it's a negative times a positive is a negative. Negative times a positive is a negative. Alright, so we've expanded that first thing we did. Now we bring the x's together on the same side. We take the numbers across. So I'm going to bring this plus 4x over here to be a minus 4x, and we'll leave the 8. So we're just going to put that onto the other side over here with all of these. Now 5 minus 28, I'm just going to make that minus 23, and I'll leave that minus 12x there. So what I've done is I've joined 5 minus 28 to get negative 23. We've kept the negative 12x, and we brought the plus 4x over to be minus 4x. What we've done is we put the x's all together on one side of the equal sign. So now we can simplify. Now x will only appear one time in the whole equation now, because when you subtract negative 12x, take away 4x, we get negative 16x. And there we have a simpler equation. I'll take the minus 23 across to the other side, so that becomes from the negative 23 over here, it will be 8 plus 23 on the right hand side, and we've got negative 16x equals 31. Finally divide by negative 16, so we take that across to be divide by negative 16. We won't leave the negative on the underneath. We say therefore x equals almost negative 2. It's negative 1 and 15 sixteenths, because 16 goes into 31 once, remainder 15. And there we have the solution. Well, we've got a bit of space. Let's do a second one. Our first one was up here. We'll keep the same form so you can see, so that can help you. Let's start with a 7 minus 3 2x plus 5 equals 9 plus, say, 5x. Okay. Now we do the same thing here. We multiply by negative 3, and negative 3 multiplies by both of these. So we've got the 7. Now negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. And negative 3 times positive 5 is negative 15. And we just leave that as 9 plus 5x. We'll bring this plus 5x over to this side, and that will make it negative 5x. And the 9 stays there. Now 7 minus 15, I'll just join those together. I'll close that to be negative 8. 7 take away 15 is negative 8. And we've just got that negative 6x. And this plus 5 became negative 5x. Now once we add these two together, we've only got x appearing once. Negative 6x minus 5x is negative 11x. Our equation is getting simpler. We take the minus 8 or the negative 8 over the other side to become a plus 8. In fact, because I can write this in here as a plus 8. And if I put a plus 8 there, it no longer appears over here, so I'm just going to take it off there. So it's gone from a negative 8 to a plus 8. Now we've got negative 11x equals 17, and we take the negative 11 across to be divided, so x equals 17 over negative 11, or negative 17 over 11. You don't leave the negative on the denominator. Now that's an improper fraction. What I'll do is I'll just change this to a mixed number. 11 goes into 17 once, remainder 6. So there we have, the answer is negative 1 and 6/11. I hope that this has helped. The solution for this question, the solution is x equals negative 1 and 6/11. So technically, it's a good idea to write on the answer, therefore, x equals negative 1 and 6/11. Sometimes you get a space where the solution is to be written down. So I hope this has helped. Until I talk again to you, stay happy.